Hello folks, and welcome back to Whiskey Wars. Tonight we have a bottle and bond battle for you. That's right, a Bougie bottle and bond battle. Let's get into it. Okay folks, here's our bottle for this evening. This guy I feel like needs no introduction at all. Of course, E.H. Taylor Small Batch Bottle and Bond. Now this is the cheapest of the bunch, to be fair, if you can find it at retail. That's the thing. All these bottles are between 50 and 60 bucks. This one you can get for 40, 45 sometimes, but usually not. So I felt like this is a fair comparison. They're all in similar price ranges, all 100 proof, all bottle and bond. So let's go ahead and get these things poured and talk about them a little bit as we go. So of course, E.H. Taylor, the father of the Bottle and Bond, he was a big part of why the Bottle and Bond Act exists. And E.H. Taylor is going into Glass A there. There we go, see Glass A. And get a little bit of that there and there. Next up, we got Old Forester 1897, the little brother of 1910, 1920. I think this bottle doesn't get enough attention. I think it's a fantastic bottle and bond. Let's see how it does, though, in this battle here. Of course, Old Forester, the longest bottled bourbon on the planet. Next up, we got Chattanooga Bottle and Bond. A newcomer for sure, but I think certainly worthy of the challenge. Let's go ahead and get this in the glass, coming from Tennessee, but still a bourbon. And of course, Glass C for Chattanooga. Last but not least, we got Wilderness Trail going into Glass D there. Is that facing? Yeah, there we go. Glass D, Wilderness Trail. Also a newcomer, but doing some good stuff. Of course, with any whiskey battle, we got to get our glasses on the Drunken Susan. Just kind of throw them on here in a random order. Throw them together there. Spin them up. That's important. Get them spinning. They always want to escape. Got to keep them from being unruly here. Spinning, 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 looking at you so I can't tell where they are. And then we take them off in a random order. Something like that. Okay, folks, we're all spun up, mixed up. Now let's go ahead and get into Glass 1. Here we go. No nosing as usual. Just straight into the taste. Glass 1. Okay, very nice first sip. Got a lot of red fruits there. I am guessing, although maybe it's too early, but I'm guessing that might be a Buffalo Trace product. Got that apple note that I expect from a Buffalo Trace product. Also a slight cherry, a little bit of a raspberry kind of sourness. Very light caramel and brown sugar, very light oak, which also makes me think that it's probably Buffalo Trace because those notes are usually toned down. Actually, let me show you folks. That way you can know if I'm just talking out of my butt or not. Not sure if the letter is facing upright or not, but nonetheless, now you know what it is. So I gotta say, whatever it was though, very good. The finish is kind of lacking in that it just kind of disappears pretty quickly. Not a long finish by any means, but it is nice. And really the whole experience was pretty nice. But now let's get a sip of water to cleanse the palate and then get into glass number 2. Okay, here we go. Glass 2. Okay, glass number 2, totally different experience from glass 1. And here is what glass 2 is. Hopefully you guys are seeing that. Yeah? Anyway, if not, if you can't tell what letter it is because of camera or the letter being in a weird position, I'm going to put the name right down here. So, yeah, nonetheless, so whatever glass 2 is, totally different experience, much darker profile than glass 1. Here is what glass 2 is. There you can see the letter, hopefully. And if not, the name is right down here. So there you go. But whatever it is, dark. You got chocolate, caramel, and like a real caramel, real chocolate, real brown sugar, lots of dark fruits. You're getting a little bit of a plum, maybe even a raisin note showing up there. There's even a hint of a coffee, maybe even some leatheriness. I know maybe it's way too early to venture guesses, but I have a feeling that bottle might start with a C. I don't know. Nonetheless, let's move along, get another palate cleanse here, and move along to glass number 3. Glass number 3, here we go. Okay, again, very different from the other two. lots of like green apple, but also a banana note. And I think we all know what the banana note means, given what the flight is. So I have a guess as to what this one is as well. And there you folks can confirm whether I am right or wrong. Nonetheless, whatever it may be, pretty good. I gotta say it's a little thinner than glass number 2. Maybe thinner than glass 1. But the experience is still fairly nice. I do think that the flavors don't quite pop as much, but it's lighter, so you get that kind of that sour apple, dark brown sugar, but not as dark as this note here. Also, there is that banana note kind of on the back end of the palate, and then finish-wise, I would say that the finish is probably the highlight of the whole thing. It's like banana bread. Yeah, so pretty sure we all know what that is, but let's move along to glass number 4. Of course, palate cleanse first. Okay, last of the bunch, glass 4. Here we go. All right, here is what glass number 4 is. And now I'm second guessing a little bit, maybe. This glass, I would say, is also thin compared to 1 and 2, about the same as 3. There's a little more of a grain-forward note on glass 4 that I don't necessarily like. The ethanol is a little more present as well, just going across these 4. I have a guess what that may be, but not entirely sure now, because I thought one of these was a certain profile that fit a thing, and now maybe that is the thing. I don't know. But, that's how blinds go. So, who knows? I could have been wrong this whole time, and yeah. But now, we're going to go off camera, and we're going to do some blind tasting. And if you want to see the off-camera stuff, then join Patreon, because that's where it'll be. All the blind tasting I'm about to do, that's where I get, inebriated, basically, and try and figure out what the heck I'm drinking. That'll be all on Patreon, so, join. It's right down there in the description box, $5 a month, and you can become a patron. Also, samples and all kinds of good stuff. So, yeah, anyway, we're going to do this off camera and compare these things. See you in a few. Okay, folks, we have some rankings. It took a little while there, but, again, you can watch it all on Patreon and see how we got to this conclusion. Nonetheless, let's get into our 4th place, the loser, let's say. 4th place, here we go. What do we got? You guys know. Do I know? Now I do. D. That's not real surprising for me. So that is Wilderness Trail. So this is the closest distillery to me, as far as I know. And, they're great, but they are still young. And I don't know if they've quite got it down. Now, that said, the rye is phenomenal, but I'm not really on board with the bourbon. It's good. I don't know if it's $50 to $60 good. That's my issue. If this were like $20 to $30 range, I think I'd be all in. But, they're a small distillery, craft, all that stuff. Nonetheless, that's 4th place. Let's move on, though, to 3rd place. 3rd place, what do we got? B. B is Old Forester, Bottle and Bond, 1897. There you go. It's good. It comes across a little bit thin, if I'm honest. It doesn't have the mouth coatingness of glass 1. I would say glass 2 here is about the same. They're quite similar, but I think this is a better experience. So there you go. 3rd place, Old Forester, 1897. Now though, 2nd place. Let's get into it. What do we got? We got A. Uh-oh. That means the super allocated, never findable at retail bottle didn't win. Oh no, what could we possibly do now? So E.H. Taylor, small batch, not taking the win, which means that our winner is, move all these off to the side, because they don't matter. They didn't win anything. This is our winner right here. Chattanooga Bottle and Bond. So this is about 50, 55 bucks, and it is fantastic. Now, you have to be into the darker notes of bourbon, which I definitely am. As you can see, Texas whiskey right over here, and this is not nearly as dark as that, but this stuff is fantastic. Honestly, phenomenal, glorious, stupendous, expialidocious, whatever the case. This is the king of the Bottle and Bond Bougie bottles. So folks, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button. That way YouTube knows that you liked the video. They don't know. It's a stupid computer thing, you know. Also, here is other reviews from us right here. Here is the subscribe button, and we appreciate when you click that. Click that right there. And until next time, folks, just remember, you can never have too much good whiskey.